meeting to order the regular meeting of the Elliott Municipal Authority at 5:33. All agenda items are subject to discussion and consideration, possible action, including but not limited to approval, denial, amendment, revision, or conditional approval in whole or in part of. Roll call. John Williams present.
Amber Odie present.
Karen Johnson absent.
Item number 3, approval of the minutes and purchase order. I make the motion that we approve the minutes and purchase order.
Second.
You can't approve the minutes. You can approve the purchase orders. You were not at the last meeting. You can't approve the minutes of the meeting. So I have to wait till Karen's here for Karen and Amber to approve the minutes.
Okay.
Yeah, I missed
Yeah.
last
Now
one.
you can make the motion to approve the purchase orders, but not the minutes.
Okay. I make the motion to approve the purchase orders.
Second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
Item number 4, water report given by Water Superintendent Mark Anderson.
For the month of July, we've used 1,185,700 gallons of water for a daily average of 38,248 gallons. Last year in July, we used 1,218,100 gallons for a daily average of 39,293 gallons. So in July, we sold 18,700 gallons of bulk water billable at $1,870. In July of the previous year, we sold 51,450 gallons of water billable at $5,145, and also last year parceled out another 110,200 gallons to Grady County that we did not charge for. We had 2 water main repairs during the month, one of which will be revisited. The basket for the lift station has been delivered, and we're currently waiting on the installation of the pulley system. So hopefully we can keep mop heads out of things in the future.
Oh, that happened right now.
Mark also, like them calling me for yesterday and today, I think we need to keep a separate, like they're working on 1430, that way we can keep track of how many gallons they use per job.
We only have that if they write it on the
Yeah,
slip.
we'll only have that if they write it on their ticket.
But will they write it on, do they write the, because
I think I
ain't
had
seen
one
the
write a
water
job
tickets this
number.
time.
We don't have a job number. They write a ticket though.
Yeah, I've had one that's written a job number on there, but that's it. I'm not even sure
Well,
if that
because
was.
Mike, I
counted.
made sure Mike this morning was, I said, y'all gotta make sure you fill them water tickets out.
But they don't put the job on there.
Because we're not charging them nothing. I told them yesterday, they said, well, we don't know what we're gonna do. I said, I don't know what to tell you. Okay. Item number 5, the utility rates review. The water rates 26-001. You wanna elaborate?
I have typed the ordinances for half of the increase that we had talked about. Raising the base $3 for water and sewer, and then $1 for, infrastructure and animal. And respectfully, those are 2601, 2, 3, and 4.
Well, I feel we're gonna have to do something. We're still the cheapest municipality around as far as water rates. It's my thoughts.
all the overage part still the same as
Yes,
what
the
it was?
overage-
It's just the
Yeah,
base?
we discussed only the base, raising the base. The last increase was the overages only.
What was the animal control fee? What was that?
It was two, raising it to three. And we didn't have an animal control report this month, but, our new police officer got to save a citizen from a bull snake in their house. The other night, last night or night before last?
Yeah, I got that call and I called in backup. He said he likes snakes.
Mark Anderson does not.
While we're on that subject topic, I was told this morning the python was right over here this last week.
I haven't seen any other reports of it.
Well,
Okay, so it's still out there.
because they don't call, and I told them, I said, y'all gotta learn to call somebody. I mean, don't just let, it don't need to be around kids, period.
If I find it, I'll take it with me.
I don't get it.
It's going for the swamp.
For both police officers that's out and about, Mark, you're out and about a lot during the day. It was brought to my attention just a little bit ago, we've got a bad dog problem on First Street. That's all I'm gonna say. Till later. I've been seen attacking another animal. Near 19 highway. What do you think on that?
We have to balance the budget, we don't have a choice. It is what it is.
Okay. I'll make a motion.
Yeah, make a motion that we adopt the ordinance number 2026-001, the water rate increase, and the sewer rate increase, and animal control fee increase.
I second that motion, all in favor?
Aye.
Item number 6, the ordinance 26-005 utility account requirements.
This is something that, has been discussed before. And we have rental properties in town, we don't know if they're rented, we don't know if they are not. And other municipalities have put this in place to keep squatters from living in houses that they don't have permission to live there. So if you adopt this ordinance, it requires proof of occupancy in either a residential agreement or an alternative proof, a certain notarized letter from the owner confirming tenancy. That puts us where we have proof that they actually are renting a piece of property and they can have the water turned in their name. We've not had no way to verify that prior to now, and this just adds it to our ordinance book.
I think we need to keep track somehow.
Well, for example, the apartments, there are people move in and out of
Correct.
the apartments all the time, and when somebody moves off, we may be sending them a bill for 4 months because.
And not know that they're not there.
Oh, we're lucky if it's not 8 months.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So I think it'll be it may help a lot. And that was a prime example. So,
And if they have a a lease, then they bring a copy of the lease. If
Sure.
they don't, then we need the owner to say that they have the right to live there.
I'm good with it as long as we're, enforcing it. There's no reason to adopt it if we're not gonna make everyone do it. I'm not sure exactly how you're gonna go about tackling that.
Well, when we have a new person come in and they say they're renting, they don't own it, then we gotta get a copy of their agreement that they are leasing it. We have to have the owner tell us that
From their landlord.
whoever owns it.
Can you guys elaborate on that? I mean, are we talking about just the apartments or?
No, I just said that was a prime example
Right.
of people moving in.
Well, that affects them too, because he has lots of.
Well, I mean,
Typically,
His tenants do not come in and put up water deposits.
yeah. Typically for me, across the whole state of Oklahoma, I pay all the water bills. Cause typically my people are transient people, which is what I
He
prefer.
is the owner, so therefore, he's
So you
paying
got-
the water
I mean,
bill.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We kinda got two sides here.
Right.
We got like, when Keith was here, he used to go in and inspect, make sure there wasn't wires hanging out of the walls, and they wouldn't turn the water on if there was, it wasn't up to code. We now have nobody that does that, but, I mean, that's y'all's business, not mine.
Well, the city has not employed anybody who has the statewide qualifications to
Right.
actually do those inspections.
Right. But I'm just
So-
saying, for me, I mean, my
Including
water
Keith.
stays on 24/7, 365 days a year. So when I get a new tenant that walks in and calls, says I need a place, they just walk in with their suitcase and they stay till the job's
Well,
done.
and like you said, you pay the water bill,
Yeah.
so,
So that's not a problem? Yeah,
No.
okay.
no.
I mean, there was a call the other night, Jeremy called, said he thought somebody was in one of the rentals, and I appreciate that.
Right.
And I mean, I will come down Main Street and he'd be inside, his car would be parked in front of the building, and he's
You know,
inside
somebody
looking, and
in
he's
place.
just doing his job, and we appreciate that as citizens,
Yeah.
but, so I just clarifying on
Yeah.
that.
Now, it is in our ordinance that at any time if the police department needs to attain a renter's list from you, even though you do the water, we have the right to ask for that list at any time.
I'm
But
wondering how
what's
it's fair for
really-
him not to provide that information when other people are.
Because they aren't, the people who own the house is not paying the water bill. It's not in their name. It applies to the ones that are, the tenants are putting the water
That
on.
puts a deposit up for the.
Yes, that's who it applies to.
Okay, I'll make the motion on ordinance 26005 on the utility account requirements to provide,
Are you approving the ordinance or not? Approval of 2605?
Yes. I guess to provide proper documents saying that they are the tenants.
Do I have a second?
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Item number 7, old business.
I don't have
Amber.
Aye.
Item number 8, new business.
it.
Item number 9, I'll make the motion we adjourn from the Elliott Municipal Authority meeting at 5:47 PM.
Do I have a second?
Amber second.
Second.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Okay, call the meeting to order of the regular meeting of the Elk Board of Trustees at 5:48 p.m. Roll call, John Williams present.
Amber Odie present.
Karen is absent. Now, all agenda items are subject to discussion, consideration, possible action, including but not limited to approval, denial, amendment, revision, or conditional approval in whole or in part of. Item number 3, I make a motion that we approve the purchase order.
I second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Item number 4, the OMAG workers' compensation premium from escrow account agreement. And I'm gonna let Terry elaborate on that.
We have $11,000 sitting in our escrow account. We have the ability to use almost $5,500 to pay our premiums for the year for our workman's comp. I just have to have minutes saying that you guys approved for me to do that.
I make a motion that we approve that use of the escrow funds for the fees.
I second that. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Item number 5, the waiving renovation permit fee for the Elk Public Schools for the administration building. We kind of work hand in hand with the school. I feel that we need to do this. They help us, we help them, so. I
Well, the
feel-
renovation fee is only a $25 fee,
Right,
so
but
it's,
it's a drop in the bucket, so.
Why are we waiving it?
For the,
just for the school.
Why, just because?
for renovations, when they do
Why are
renovations.
we waiving the fee? Like, what's the point?
Because they help us and we help them.
Okay.
Well, I mean, it's kinda like you scratch my back, I'll scratch yours, I mean,
That's a Pandora's box.
well,
Don't agree, but yeah.
Well, I'd rather, just my opinion, I'd rather them spend $25 on the students down there than a renovation permit.
yeah.
Pull tile out of the old bank.
That money comes from 2 separate places.
Okay, I'll make the motion that, we're gonna waive the renovation permit fee for the Elk Public Schools for the administration buildings, which is, if nobody knows, is the old bank building. Do I have a second?
I second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Item number 6, presentation to board, from Mr. Josh Woods. He is, real estate, here locally and around the state. There has been some land acquired out east of town off 19 Highway that I'm gonna let him go ahead and do his deal on it.
You can be sit down, is it, are you gonna,
Whatever you gonna do.
okay, all right,
Very formal.
okay. I will just sit down in front of everybody, all right? I want you to have to turn around and look at me. First off, I wanna explain kind of how I got here. I grew up in a town the size of Elliott growing up, Wetumpka, Oklahoma. Population 900, 1,000. And then I've also lived in Oklahoma City, at Chickasha. People know Chickasha small, that's huge for me. So I've seen every aspect of each kind of life that we live here in Oklahoma. I was a teacher's son. My mom's in education her whole life. Actually, I had ties to Elliott that I really didn't know until I got older. Now I live down the street from my cousins that I really didn't know until I got older as well. So I do live in Elliott now. That's why my interest is here. It's not just to sell a piece of property, because this was an idea a long time ago. I think that anytime you wanna be a part of something or live in a community, I think your job is to try to make it better, and without taking away the integrity of the community and the people that live in it. So I did come across some land that a gentleman here from Ellick is wanting to sell. And I've approached several gas stations, probably about 6 of your bigger ones in Oklahoma. And the one thing, which I'm good at people telling me no, that don't bother me because I always keep asking. I've had a lot, and I've had some good talks with them as well. I've talked to Casey's, I've talked to Alsup's, I've talked to Love's. And I've spoke to some of the higher ups at each location. The main thing I keep hearing, and which I think is BS, is the population of Ellick. Because also, I own the Interurban restaurant here in Chickasha, excuse me, not here, but right down the road. So when I decided to bring Interurban to Chickasha, there was not enough stuff to support saying that we should bring a restaurant to Chickasha. It wasn't there at all. The founders of Interurban came with me. They were given the opportunity to buy a piece of land in Chickasha and put it up, and they didn't want to do it. They refused to, so I did it. I did it based off of not the facts, just of me living in Chickasha and knowing that when you see other restaurants that are busy Monday through Sunday, there's something there. And you don't look at just the city that you're in. You gotta look at the county that you're in. So, we're Eastern Grady County. We're kind of, bordering 2 counties, I believe. So we get a little bit from each county. But you sit on Highway 19, which is great, and also Highway 39, which is a corridor to bigger cities to smaller cities. On those highways, there's a ton of traffic, especially oil field traffic. You gotta know it, y'all live here. I don't have to tell y'all exactly what goes on and who drives where. When you go up to the gas station here, it's hard to park. There's, and it's busy, which is great. That's a good sight. You go to your local gas station and they're busy. They're making money for our city. The Dollar General has been a great addition, I think. I don't have to drive all the way to town to get a dang gallon of milk. So for me, that's awesome, and I really hope that y'all appreciate that stuff. There's some people that don't like growth, and honestly, I don't want to see growth on Ellick Main Street. I don't want to see it at all. I think we need to keep it out of town, to be honest. But you have a highway that's right here, and if you can draw business off of that highway, why would you not? Why would you not do what you can? Because, like Amber and John said, Amber is upset we're giving away $25. Why does she have to feel like that? Why doesn't our town make enough money to where she can be like, yeah, got it, not a big deal. So, new business isn't always bad. And trust me, I've sat in front of city councils, with 100 and 120 people pleading my case about bringing my restaurant to a city that, wasn't supposed to be there, honestly. So the one big thing that we got when we came to Chickasha, and it was really just Steve LaForge sold us the land, purchased the land. We needed to do about 20 feet upgrade of dirt soil. So we had to move a lot of soil. So the city of Chickasha, at the time, the city manager and mayor gave us $30,000 to move soil. How much is $30,000 on a project like that, you think? Less than 1%, okay? Less than 1%. And guess what? People were bitching about it, excuse my language. People were bitching about it, and that's just because they think that they shouldn't spend money to bring new business to town. I can see both sides of it, okay? Some people aren't gonna like it, some people are. But when you live in a town, your job is to make it better. And if you don't fight to try to bring something to this city that can help out, especially your kids, your grandkids, and your great-grandkids, why would you not want to make their lives better? That's our job as parents and grandparents, is to make the next generation. Sometimes it sucks because we're coddling too much, and now they're little wussies, So, but we still got to make sure that they're taken care of. So my goal is to get some type of business on that highway. I don't know what. It needs to be, I mean, I would prefer a truck stop is kind of what I think would be great out there, because there's no truck stop that can handle that kind of business. And if I'm a smart man, I would probably get with Waste Connections and look at contracts as well, if I was a part of that. I don't think any of the bigger gas stations are gonna come here on their own. I don't. I really don't. The one station that was even halfway interested to come out and look, they said they'd rather go to Lindsay because of the population of Lindsay. How does that help us? It doesn't, you know. Like, well, hell, we can drive to Lindsay right now and go get gas at a gas station and pizza or whatever else, you know. So the reason I'm here today is to talk to the council and see what incentives we can provide to bring new businesses to town. All right, and I'm not asking for, you know, crazy amounts of money. I'm just trying to brainstorm on what we can do as a city. And like, I know we don't have much money. Most cities in Oklahoma don't, you know, except for the big ones. So, but in order to get new business, sometimes you gotta spend a little bit of money. That, you know, that's not a good thing to hear, but, you know, you gotta risk it or the biscuit. I don't know if I've ever heard that saying before, I'm sure you have. But, if you're not adapting, you're dying. So, you know, we gotta figure something out, whether it's on Highway 19 or 30, you know, whatever's closer to town. Like I said, I don't wanna mess with, like, the Odie Barn is a perfect example. She brings so many people to town that probably a lot of people don't realize. And they're people from bigger cities that go to venues, wedding venues all the time, and they chose Elk, Oklahoma to bring, you know, to have their wedding here, which I think they've done a great thing. It's hard to market yourself as a small city and bring people like she does to this town. It's a hard thing to do, and you know, you guys ought to applaud her for that. There is, you know, a barbecue place in Wellston, Oklahoma. I'm never going. Why would I go to Wellston? You know, I wouldn't. But the barbecue is so good that people drive there. So we've either got to provide another type of business or something that's going to get more people to Ellick and help us with our tax dollars. And so, you know, that's going to require some change, and a lot of people don't like that, but the people that usually don't like that aren't doing anything to help out anyways. You know, I'm in the restaurant industry. Y'all have no clue how much stress it is and dealing with people, especially since social media. I used to love the restaurant industry. So I loved it so much, and social media really put a damper on it. But it's also, social media is also needed. But you know, there's always going to be negative people. There's going to be, those people are the most loud, are the negative people that you'll come across. The 10% of people that complain are the ones that make me the maddest. And I know it shouldn't be like that. I should just be happy for what I get. And I'm, you know, 89% comments, but you know, I don't have a set answer on what to provide or what the city of Ellick can do for us, even if they can do anything. But if I have something in my pocket where I can go to a bigger business and say, hey guys, you know, the city of Ellick is willing to do blah, blah, blah for you to get you here. You know, it's like, what are we gonna do that, you know, Burton isn't gonna do? Or, you know, is other Minco, like, we've gotta be able to do something to get business here. And like I said, I don't have the answer. I've got a lot of questions, and I may not know the answers, but I'll find out. I promise you that. I'm hard-headed. I don't stop. I don't like sitting down. I don't like it. I continue to, you know, move and make myself better. I've moved to the outside of town here, and my goal is to make my yard and my house look as pretty as possible. And you know, hopefully my neighbor does the same thing. So that's really all I got. John, thank you guys for letting me speak.
Also, on his behalf, he owns another restaurant at Choctaw, and also I got with Josh and I called ODOT because a lot of these people that he's talked to, Casey's Roasters, his name a while ago, I've got it in my phone, but they wanted a highway count. As of today, their average is 4,200 people per day on 19 and 1,500 coming through town. just gonna let you citizens know, because I didn't know if y'all even had any
Per
idea.
day,
Yeah,
Per
per
day.
day.
and 4,200 is impressive, but they look at population. And like I said, you know, there's 57,000 people in Grady County when I brought in urban here. There was 17,000 in Chickasha. I know for a fact there's close to 20,000 now, and I would say up to 75,000. I don't know if y'all been down Highway 60. I call it Highway 9, but I grew up on Highway 9. Highway 62, if you've been towards Blanchard, Blanchard is about to kick everybody's ass because of what they have going on out there. There's no reason that something at a smaller level can't be done here like that. You know, like I said, just there's going to be there are people that are afraid to change. It don't bother me either way. You know, I'm still going to wake up and do the same thing every day. But
But
if
Josh,
you want
do
this,
you own the property or you're just marketing? the
no, I
property?
don't own it. I'm listing it, and you know, there's a lot that can be done.
Josh, what is that, 80 acres?
It's 78 acres. And there's also, I don't know if anybody has heard of the acronym TIF. It's a financial district that you bring, and sometimes you can have help from the Oklahoma Chamber of Commerce or the state of Oklahoma, where you bring a buyer to town and they are provided with little to no, I think, sales tax. There's something. I've been a part of a TIF district. It didn't affect me any because I just bought the land, and the landowner is the you know, the one that receives the most money. I'm sure Jim, you probably know about TIFs. But those TIFs are the things that bring business to town, and in order to get them to town, you've got to give in a little bit, but then the taxes down the road will, you know, eventually, hopefully, come back to you. So there's a lot of different avenues, and you know, we can possibly look into, you know, approaching the state of Oklahoma on, you know, what we can do to bring to Ellick. And you've got a small team, like I get it. You know, I walk around the same building 100 times a day, and you get complacent on what you see and what you do, and you know, it's hard to run something like this when a lot of people, all they do is complain, but they're not up here helping out. So like, you know, nobody's upset or anything. I'm just, I want to know if there's anything we can do to bring business to town, and if we can, great. If we can't, then we move on.
I also talked to Mark about, you know, the water situation out there. It would be hard for us to get water and sewer out there, but, you know, like me and you talked, they can drill a well, they can put in their own septic. See, like Jim, he's got a lift station, you know,
Yeah.
they probably have to put in a lift station. But,
I truly believe the only way that we will do it as a community is with local investors. Like, that's the only thing I can, if we want to do it, you know, if you want to make it better, you do it yourself. I just don't think that these bigger companies are going to actually come down here and like pay attention to what you have going on here in Ellick. So, and I have talked to the landowner about that as well. I said, man, I'm not no damn gas station operator. I want to tell you, like, well, I'm sure we can find one, but I'm not it.
and I don't know, because you probably don't know, but Carolyn owns the, what do you call that?
Airbnb.
Okay,
The Airbnb.
yeah, okay.
I don't know, it's none of my business who you have had, you know, to stay. I know you've got some duck hunters that stays here. My point of that is, you might have had somebody to stay down here that, you know, might have been an investor, had a lot of money, that might be interested. Don't know. So, you know, if y'all know of somebody, I'm trying to help Josh on this deal as much as possible to get the word out, because we need something.
I did a poll on Facebook, and I did it with your citizens here in Ellick and Grady County, and they all said the same thing. They all said, you know, another truck stop, another place to eat. Me as a restaurant owner, I'd hate to say this, but I'd never bring a restaurant to Ellick and expect to be financially stable, and that's just the truth. You know, it would have to be a limited situation to where I'd open 3 days a week or something like that, because you can't survive. It's hard to survive in Chickasha, to be honest. Like, you know, we do, you know, we'll do 250, 300,000 a month in sales at an urban, and it's still hard to survive. And, you know, you've got to have people that actually want to work. So, it is what it is.
And I don't, on the Chisholm the other day, so y'all will know, they're talking about getting branded like, Domino's or Valero or something. They said if they do that, the first thing they're gonna do is put in new gas pumps, a new computer system. And my reply to that was, before they put that mess on top of that roof, they should have concentrated on the pumps, because when we're out fighting fire in the middle of the night and we need diesel, you don't have a place. I mean, we need something, and I'm not being demeaning towards them. It just that store, they come in and they bought 18 stores. That store is not here for Ellick. I'll just flat out say that. I mean, they don't care.
I live in Dallas.
They're trying to make a dollar. So we need something here that's here for the town and the supporter. So that's my opinion. Josh, thank you very much.
Do you have a business card that I can
Yes,
have?
ma'am. Yeah,
If you'll get one to me.
yes, ma'am.
In some
Thanks
of
for
the training,
training.
sorry, in some of the training that I did, the Economic Development, Department of Commerce, that they just briefly touched on the TIFs.
Yeah.
So I can do more research for that and see.
I've been on EDC boards. I sit on the Harvest Bank board, Southwest Oklahoma. Like, you know, I talk to a lot of people, and I don't like doing that, but I do. You know, and there's so much that, you know, you got to have everybody on board though. You know, if not, if you want to remain the same, and then remain the same, and, you know, complain about $25. You know, it is what it is, and I'm not down
I
here.
wasn't complaining about $25, I was complaining about, if you do it for one, you gotta do it for 10 more
Yeah,
people.
yeah, exactly. As a school, so like I said, I'm new to the whole community. The school was heavily funded by the gas plant that was brought into town, correct?
Yes,
Is that still continuing with the
Yes.
property tax?
yes.
Okay,
Yep.
well, that's good.
And for those of y'all that don't know, Josh is married to Paige Luna, Shelley Brown's daughter. And so Josh is a good friend of mine, and as well as the rest of the bunch. So, and Josh, I've seen, he's a go-getter. I wish I had a quarter of his energy, so. But anyway, thank you, Josh. Do you have anything else to add?
Nope. Unless somebody has any questions.
Does anybody have any questions?
I don't, I mean, I think we need to look into, you
Yep.
know, what's possible, I have no idea off the
Yeah.
top of my head, but
Yep.
yes.
I'll find out more information from the Department of Commerce and see what's out there. And then maybe you guys can have a workshop.
We don't need no data center.
Yeah.
No,
I feel sorry for the people in Denver. But with what I was given the other day, Ellick, Bradley, Rush Springs, multiple towns are being looked at for property for data centers. So, you know, if that happens and if you're against it, we're all gonna have to band together. I don't know how y'all feel, that's just me. So, okay. Josh, you can stay for the rest of the meeting, or I know you're busy, you
Yeah.
can go.
I gotta go, I'll get in trouble if I don't get back home.
Get us some more cards.
Okay.
thank you.
All right, thank you.
Thanks, Josh.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks.
Item number 7, the approval or denial of the code violation letters to the public for solid waste disposal.
I put a sample in y'all's packet, and it shows what it says. Here's one. And put the contact, because we have a contract with Waste Connections, anyone who has a meter in the town of Alex, they are required to have waste connections, whoever we have our trash contract with. So we have a couple of people that are in violation, and I wanted to, for you guys to have this, eyes on this before it gets posted
Right.
to their property. Because you can see on there that the violation is, they would have time to get that corrected and get trash service set up for their address. I have called the addresses that I have called Waste Connections and verified that they don't have a bill for that address. So, yes.
Can we start at the top? I'm asking you a question. I'm not trying to be ugly, and I don't want to stir any crap. Can we start at the top?
Where do you want to start, Jim?
The top. John, is he on your list?
I've got a trash bin, Jim.
But you don't pay a service.
Yeah,
No, you
To
don't.
Waste
Yeah.
Connections?
You dump out here every week. Everybody on Main Street sees you.
it don't matter, Jim.
But he has.
It don't matter. You need to mind your own
You
business.
have two
He has
that
his
carry.
contract. He has his contract. That's not what this is about, Jim.
And I got a bucket on the back of my truck, and these police officers know I go around this town and picking up trash.
Well, I
So
know that.
that's some more of your business.
Yeah. Can we get a copy of the list, Carrie?
No,
Okay. Can
No.
I ask for it from open records?
then you would need to go through that process.
Okay. I will.
It's not, I mean, it's code violation because it's in our code. I'm just trying to rectify the ones that do not have trash service because they're throwing trash out on their property.
Does the town have a contract with
Yes,
Waste Connections?
Yes.
yes. And when that contract is up, we will be reviewing and taking bids for a contract for solid waste connection. It will be whoever wants to bid for that and can give our citizens the best price. That's the way that will move forward.
Can I ask something? I don't have, at my little office, I don't have a trash service there, but I pay for one of my Airbnb and I put my stuff there. Is that a problem?
To work.
The way the ordinance reads, I will have to look into that, Carolyn.
Okay.
Because it may be that you have to have a receptacle at each location, but let me check on that. Okay.
Hell, we don't charge the fire department to dump in this bin. It's part of helping others, Jim.
I get that, John.
I stopped on 8th Street last night and picked up trash out of the bar ditch.
I know you do that. We appreciate that. I'm just saying.
I don't care whether you appreciate anything
Okay,
I
let's get
do.
on track, and they're supposed to be talking right now anyway, they're supposed to only speak when they have permission to speak.
Anyway, yes,
I need a motion, please.
you wanna make a motion? Amber,
I make a motion that we adopt the violation, or the code violation, section 1635 for solid waste disposal requirements.
I second that motion. All in favor?
Aye.
Number 8, I will just repeat the motion from AMA, so you can move on to the police report.
Item number 9, the police report given by, Mark Smith, Chief of Police.
You guys have copies of it in his markers on.
Right.
There, he's over there.
Yeah,
Where'd he get
he's
so
hiding.
quiet? He's
He's
hiding
hiding.
over there.
What you have in your hands is for July, we had 6 incidents that we had to fill reports up for. We had a total of 87 citations, that was written for the month of July. We had 22 warrants that were issued through people not paying for their citations or showing up to court. However, there were 16 of those recalled, which means that they made an agreement with the city in some sort of way to not have their warrant be executed on them to pull over. That is probably, the majority of everything that's happened. It's just been very busy. And I forgot to print out the gas law, so that's why you don't have that, or at least I don't think you have it.
Item number 10, executive session to, discussion, consideration, possible action to enter into executive session to discuss the employing, hiring, firing, appointment, promotion, demotion, disciplining of a city employee or official, 25 OS Section 307, Section B1, 25 OS Section 307, B4. Is Surrenda?
We'll be on the phone. And
Oh,
we'll
okay,
discuss.
okay. I just knew she was gonna be here. There'll be a,
Making a motion to go into.
I make the motion at 6:19 PM.
Second.
Vote.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Make a motion if we come out of executive session, it is 7:18 PM. There was no action taken.
I need a second one coming out.
I second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Item number 11, the truck routes, no through trucks. Mark Carey showed me this morning,
Yes.
and I think that's great. Other than the wells east of town, instead of using H at all, and instead of using First at all, me and Carrie discussed it. Why couldn't they go to
Cheyenne, they did go to Cheyenne.
and around? Because, and here's the deal, you know how the county is, we're trying to get them to work some streets over. First Street right now is in horrible condition.
And
So,
also tore up that ridge. I don't even know
right,
if
so
it's up
with,
to-
yours and Mark's and Jeremy's,
Well, the hill on Highway 19 where First Street comes out,
that's a
It's a blind
blind
So that's-
I just
hill.
drove down First Street, it's terrible.
It's a blind hill to begin with. So I feel like they need to go to Cheyenne.
Yeah.
I can't help if they're coming from Chickasha and this is gonna be a shortcut, but they need to go on down to Cheyenne.
And also that keeps them away from the school zone that's on the
Keeps it
south
away from the
side.
school zone and,
Because they always come through there, right, when there's
Did
kids.
you? Okay, you got your map.
Yeah, yeah.
We'll just need to make sure, try to note all the oil field companies and let them know.
right,
We'll need to send something to the school to let their propane and their diesel.
right, yeah.
they'll still be able to, it's just no through trucks.
No through
So
trucks.
therefore, they
No
can
through
still
truck.
deliver.
Like the school box trucks, the cooler trucks.
Oh, no, yeah.
Still let them go to the school.
Right.
The
Yeah, just don't
gas
miss us.
delivery and stuff, we're mainly concerned about the big oil field trucks.
The ones that are going through.
The fifth wheel semis.
But I want you three, Jeremy and Mark and you, to, have you looked at this, Jeremy?
I don't know, I wish I.
Not
Well-
really, no.
Sure. Because that hill at First Street, whether you're turning on off of 19 on First Street or whether you're going down First Street and getting on 19, that's a dangerous. I think we're gonna ask for a bad accident.
I don't think I like that. There's a lot of kids that play, right?
Pardon me?
A lot of kids that play right there on 8th Street.
Yes. On,
So, taking that one out, making them go down to
Yeah,
Cheyenne.
they're talking about making them go all the way down to Cheyenne.
So from up here, coming out here and going out.
Well, hang on, I can't see it that way. First Street.
Not using First Street
Yeah.
and H.
Going all the way down to Cheyenne. Where is it?
Out
There we go, all the way out to Cheyenne and coming down H Street this way.
To get to the oil field locations.
Going down 19th
Where
and
it's-
H, or Cheyenne and then coming.
And coming back in right past the school?
No.
No, they won't
No.
come in that
No,
far.
They won't have no
Go
reason
to
to
their
come.
wells and then go back.
So they're not gonna be allowed down through there at all? Okay. Yeah, I can have that.
You can have that if you
You
need
can
it.
have that. I can get one tomorrow, or Friday, or whatever day that is.
So, we need to vote on this.
I don't know, do we need?
If you vote on making this the actual truck route, then we can order the signs, get the signs put up, and start eliminating some of the truck traffic.
So we don't need you to write up an ordinance ahead of time?
Huh?
No?
What do you know about that? Let me find out, I will ask. I just wanted to get that, we've been talking about it for so long.
If y'all approve it, then you'll have to pass the ordinance if you wanna do it,
Right.
but we could get things in motion if you're gonna pass an ordinance.
So we
Truck
take,
route. If you approve this truck route, then I'll write the ordinance and it'll be on the next agenda.
I make a motion that we create an ordinance for the truck route to only go down Main Street. And then they can access H Street through, by Cheyenne.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
okay.
Second.
Oh, I'm sorry. Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Item number 12, the utility rate review on the water rates, sewer rates, animal control fees, infrastructure fees.
I will repeat the motions and votes from AMA.
Let me find it.
Because they are the same. They are not different.
I make a motion that we, what did I say, modify? I don't remember what I said. Adopt the ordinance 2026-001 in regards to the water fees, sewer fees, animal control fees, and infrastructure fees.
I second that motion. All in favor?
Aye.
Item number 13, old business. Amber?
Don't want to do
New business.
I have new business.
Yeah, and what was that?
I don't remember.
Talking about this morning. Because I asked you if we could talk about that under new business. I didn't make myself a deadline note.
I got an email this afternoon, right before, it was like 4:05 this afternoon, from Abstract Company, and their attorney is requiring approval on the lot split that's happening over here between the house and the garage apartment, and then splitting the 3 lots off of it. And so I just need a motion that you guys approve this lot split
Now, where's this at?
over here, where Zepho lived.
Oh, okay.
He's going to be building another house, and he's splitting off where the yard is. He's gonna turn that garage into.
Jonathan
right,
Hutchins?
H&A renovations.
Right. So we just made a motion to approve this
Lot split.
lot split.
Yeah, let her look at that.
That one up by the lawnmower looks pretty nice.
It does.
I talked to Richard the day before yesterday, I like it. I make the motion that we, approve the lot split survey for lots 15, 16, 17, and 18 on block 7
Okay.
in the town of Alex, Grady County 73002.
Got a second.
I second
All in favor? Aye.
It's
What that was.
Founder's Day is September 19th from 10 to 2.
What?
Founder's Day.
Founder's Day,
Oh,
What is it?
September 19th.
I talked to the fellow that does the spraying, for the mosquito spraying, and we're on his schedule. That should be the last time we get sprayed, sometime right before February.
Yes.
Also to let you citizens know, and police officers as well, superintendent of the school got with me this morning. We will be having a fire drill, here in 2 or 3 weeks, probably more closer to 3 weeks. He asked me, and he asked me if we was gonna have several participants. I said, looks like it. He also asked me about if we have an active shooter, and I told him I would pass this along to you three. If we had a place that we could, remember now that we was talking about it, if we had a place for reunification for the kids and their parents. I got with Jody Rayburn and Michaela Mitchell about the center. And so we're gonna use that, God forbid, hope it never happens, but if it does, our community center will be the reunification place for an active shooter situation. And, you know, possibly for any evacuation of the school. Me and Carrie, talked this morning, we thought about the fire station. Well,
Or even Ellis Southern Baptist Church.
on an active
Would be a good
shooter,
place.
That's gonna be bigger.
we couldn't do it at the fire station because we'll be involved with that. Can't do it at the new training room because number one, it's not big enough, and that is designated as a command center, correct?
No, it's not.
Well, if
If
something,
we have an emergency,
if we have an emergency or a crisis,
if we have a crisis here, that's gonna be where the command
that'll
center
be
is
the
going to be.
command center.
The training center, the old fire station that's been turned into a training center.
Because that's where we do all of our training, stuff now. Spend a lot of money on it. I just wish it was bigger. But anyway, I wanted to let y'all know that, because I asked Carrie and I wanted to tell you in new business. I guess first, I'm letting y'all know this. Y'all are law enforcement. What do y'all think about that idea?
That's what Rachel Goforth and I talked about, was the community center.
Okay, well, I failed to ask you your thoughts. I want your thoughts, so how you feel? You feel all right? Okay.
We got one other thing under new business.
Okay.
When is the county giving us a dumpster?
Oh, I got, Gary Gray called me, and, it's gonna be here this week. Don't know. Mark and I talked, and I told them to call City Hall.
Okay. And this will be located.
This will be located, he said, we're gonna put it by the fire station. I said, no, because, out-of-towners come fill it up. It's gonna be locked behind the gate, and if they need in, they can let us know, let City Hall know.
We can schedule for them.
And if they can't do that,
Bring stuff.
I don't know. I don't know, I didn't ask him how much money we got approved for. I know last time was 4,000, wasn't it?
I don't remember the dollar.
I'll find out the dollar amount.
That's all I got.
Amber, you got anything else?
No.
I'll make the motion that we adjourn from the, regular meeting of the Elk Board.
One moment.
Yeah.
One thing we need to bring before you is that Ranch Road's signs for miles per hour are off. Going west, they're 25, going east, it's 35.
On Quarter Ranch Road?
What should it be? What should it be?
One speed.
Right.
So there's a
which
25 and a 35?
Yes,
Yes.
25 going west, 35 going east. And 35, I mean, I think 25 would be too slow on that road for.
I think 35 is sufficient.
So we just need to change the
That-
25 to 35.
The reason that there's some confusion there is because on the other side, outside of our city limits, I haven't been out that way in a while, but, county had put up 25-mile-an-hour signs on that road as it goes on to the west.
Okay, but our fiscal city limits, is 25 going west and 35 coming east. Can you and your guys get that changed like pretty ASAP?
Do a 35, that
Yes.
should be a big issue.
I
Provided
drive it and I haven't noticed it. Thanks for bringing that
We
up.
might have 35 signs.
Also the Jake Brake signs, Jack, with Silver Star, I spoke with him today. He found one. Mark said we have some better ones, correct? I told him I felt that being the other ones who took them down, he could replace the one out east of town, being it can't be found. He said that would be no problem. Also, asked him about the dirt for the park, the school, and the town. That might be iffy now. The state is trying to require them to stockpile all the dirt and do a survey and see how much dirt they've hauled off and how much they've got piled up. He's getting with the main state man, and I asked him today, I said, well, would you please tell them y'all's trying to help a small rural community with the school, the town, and the park so we can get a playground. He said yes. Jack's been good to work with. But I wanted y'all to know that. But we need that speed limit changed ASAP, Mark, please. And another thing, he said the Jake Brake signs are gonna have to be temporary. So he'll figure out until they get completely done, God knows when. I said, they can't enforce that if signs ain't up, and he said, I totally understand, so. Anyway, all right, anybody else?
Have they, or do we know what they're gonna do with the speed limit on the highway, or do we need to make any ordinances to
I don't
change that
know.
to get it past the dollar figure?
I don't know, I told him my thoughts, even that down there west of Bradley and east of Bradley is just ridiculous. Well, they make it plumb down to 50. I mean, it's a state highway. You don't have no main businesses going through there.
No, I'm talking about where Dollar General is, are they gonna extend
Right,
45 past the Dollar General?
I don't know yet.
Do we need to do something?
That's gonna be
Before
state
then.
regulated. I can get with him, because when we've talked about speed zones before, I've personally been told that was strictly up to state. That,
Well, I know Blanchard changed theirs, and that's a highway.
I know, and I don't know. I will call Jack in the morning.
I gotta know.
I'm just saying, if we need to do something, we should do that now before they.
And I'm glad you brought that up.
Actually, if they would go all the way past that road, that would be nice.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else? Thank you all. Sorry it was long, 2 hours. I make the motion we adjourn from the regular meeting of the Elliott Board of Trustees at 7:36 p.m.
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.